The comedy scene in our area is alive and booming. I had a lot of fun interviewing 3 local comics who shared with me a little about themselves, what's happening around Northern Nevada, and what one might do to pursue their dream of becoming a stand-up comic. The 3 comics, Adam Stone, John Ager, and Mark Yaffe, travel around quite a bit, but call Reno their home. I met Adam Stone years ago while taking a comedy class and immediately noticed his talent.
So it doesn't matter where I'm from. I could say I'm from Tennessee. Somebody goes, "Yeah, I'm from Tennessee too." Where? I'm from Canada. I'm from Canada too. Hey, because it's not like it matters. Not like we had a choice. Is what I'm saying. It's not like you're coming out of your mom, looking around. You're looking around like, screw this place.
I asked John Ager how he got started in stand-up comedy.
I started off, somebody told me I was funny. I've been funny all my life, just making up for craziness that was happening. And so I took a course of, a writing course for comedy and with a guy who owned a club. And so he did it at college, and our final was 5 minutes of comedy in front of everybody.
I shop at all the normal places, XXLL Bean. I don't wear red anymore though, because the little bastards keep yelling, "Hey, Kool-Aid!"
I'm always curious who comics were influenced by and admire. Mark Yaffe had an interesting take.
I love the old school comics. I loved Flip Wilson growing up. Red Skelton was awesome. I used to watch the roast, you know, the celebrity roast, Steve Martin, you know, and I thought those really got me thinking about comedy. Current comedians, obviously late George Carlin, very influential, Bill Cosby, and George Lopez, and not just because some people say I look like him.
Hey, give it up for me, Mexican, Irish, Navajo, Mexico. Or as I'm known on racial surveys, other.
John and Adam admire quite a few successful comics.
I grew up with Bill Cosby, and you know, one thing I wanted to say, I worked at the Nugget when I got out here in '76, so I got to meet Red Skelton, and you know, I got to meet Bill Cosby because he was playing Harris, and I got to meet Foster Brooks, and you know, all these people would shake hands with them, and they were like heroes. But also, definitely Carlin and Pryor, and you know, getting into the storytelling, but so many more. Ellen DeGeneres, Paula Poundstone, just so many people. John Panette.
Lucille Ball and Carol Burnett, because they were women and of their time, they weren't afraid to look silly, to look stupid, to look like a mess. And this is what, 70s, 60s, 50s? Back then,
You were alive,
so they were
Last week, I'm just hanging out with a buddy of mine, right? And all of a sudden, I'm talking to him, and I feel like a hair on my tongue. You guys ever had this happen to you before? The hair on your tongue situation. I'm talking to him, and all of a sudden, and then when you pull the hair, it's never your hair. I'm like, that's not my hair.
I talked with Mike Steedman, the owner of Studio on 4th Street, about open mic nights in his place.
You know, we needed our own night for, you know, comedy, for open mic. And so we got together with some of the, you know, John and some of his buddies, and we really have some quality open mic here with professionals and also up and coming young people, and they can perform too, you know, then they can practice their lines so they can go other places, and so it's been really fun.
I then asked the comics about open mic nights around town.
You can come to the Studio on 4th,
Okay.
hosted by Mr. John Ager and Adam Hawarda.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
And then we have Sunday nights. You have the Red Rock downtown, and you also have Waterfall on
Yes,
Sundays.
Alyssa McCowan, one of the funny up and coming.
Yeah, absolutely,
And
she's great.
female, it's comedy seems so male dominated.
Wednesday we have 3rd Street.
And Thursday is a Great Basin for a few more weeks, and they stop for the summer. That's hosted by Matt Wiegand, who's doing absolutely excellent. He's really a great guy, really kicking butt out there.
Adam, John, and Mark have all taken comedy classes to improve their skills, but they all had their opinions on what you might want to do.
You know, if you're going to go up there and have a different persona, that's fine, but you know, we found that being ourselves is really the best persona in the world. Being ourselves, being honest, and just getting up there and telling. I mean, you basically can go from work all day or driving around all day, go up and tell everything that you told that day, and if you're honest and you do what Mike Price said, bring the funny out, you can have a whole set in one day that you've never written before. You're just talking.
Our stand-up comics said just observe and report, comedy is life exaggerated.
I just heard somebody yesterday who said that her father got thrown off of the school bus quite often because he would throw things at the bus driver, like third graders. I mean, that's, what? What? You just can't say, what?
If you're interested in improving your stand-up skills, you can go to open mic nights, or another option is to take classes at an appropriate level at Empire Improv. If you're interested in coming out to see these great comics, Reno's outstanding teen, Jenna Holdridge, will be hosting Comedy Cares events to benefit several local charities.
The charities that my event go to are the Crisis Call Center, which is a local call center that you can call if you're in need, and the Children's Miracle Network, which is the national organization that Miss America helps.
You can go to Studio on 4th Street's website or Facebook page and catch the next event.